fights, good
Lots
fights,
of excitement.
definitely.
Yes.
Controversies.
MMA and boxing, I have to say.
Exactly.
I think we're all very excited about those.
So, UFC 148, Son and Silva, very controversial fight after the fact, and that was because of that knee that took Son out.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it was legal. I mean, it is legal to do that. It's just shitty. I just think it's shitty.
Well, then
because you shouldn't be. I don't think that you should knee when anybody is down, whether to the face or to the body, whatsoever.
Well, it's kind of like in boxing. You can't hit an opponent who is down.
Right.
And in MMA,
I thought that was very shady.
Yeah. In MMA, if somebody goes down, then grapple. You know, but it's acceptable.
You can grapple, you can strike. There's a lot you can do while somebody's down, and that's the difference between MMA and boxing.
And that's my beef with Silva is that how disrespectful that he was. I mean, he was saying how he wanted to make Sonnen respect him and all this respect and respect. But he was so disrespectful to Sonnen the whole time.
But Sonnen was disrespectful back. I mean,
I agree, but he didn't say that he wanted to. No surprises, exactly. But he didn't say that he wanted Silva to be respectful. So it's
Silva was just getting mad.
That was a grudge match.
And Silva knows how to push his button, so.
Yeah, what do you expect? I mean, but honestly, I thought Chael Sonnen would have done better at that fight. I thought he was going to win. I thought he was going to
I thought he was going to win.
I did not think that he was going to win for a second because...
No kidding.
No, because Anderson Silva is not the kind of person who makes the same mistake twice.
Okay. I totally agree
with you on that. I think it's weird that Sonnen did that weird backflip kick hand thing, whatever the hell he did.
Spinning back fist.
But it was terrible.
He was
already off balance. Yeah, why the hell did he
terrible execution. I mean, you're going to fight someone like Silva, you need to... The reason that it was a grudge match was because the first time he fought him, he was almost perfect.
So
almost perfect. And you throw that in the second round?
Yeah, but the thing is, like, Anderson Silva sees every tiny little mistake. And that's how he got caught first time. And, well, I mean, come on, this was not a small mistake this time.
No, this was a huge mistake this time.
I agree.
Anybody would have caught him with that one.
The respect is my part of the whole thing. It's not even the fight, like I get it. But yeah.
So speaking of rematches, Tito Ortiz and
Griffin.
What a ridiculous fight that was just with the ending. I mean,
as he went running out of the cage.
It was good, going back and forth, but it was like one of those things where we're like, come on, just
come on. It's been the third fight like this.
You know how the guy fights. It looks like the same repeats over and over again. These guys always go to decision.
But the part that's being talked about now is how Griffin ran out, like he did.
Like he did with Silva.
It's like he needs to find a way to deal with it himself inside the ring.
Yeah, which is funny because he was already fighting. I mean, how much more of an aggression can you release when you're fighting?
It was like unanimous. Nobody is complaining about this decision whatsoever. He won. Why did he run out? Why does he do that?
Because he's a big child. That's a part of his charm, and at the same time, part of.
And I love
True.
I just
people are. That's what I say. And people love Forrest Griffin because he is the fighter with heart, right?
He is.
But if you're the same fighter with heart, it's gonna hurt you.
He's a fighter with a tantrum.
I mean, you're gonna think, oh, if I lost, I don't want to face it, I don't want to do this, He didn't lose.
Channel it in the way where he did at the end by taking the mic. At least stay in the ring.
That was funny when he took the mic.
That was hilarious, yeah.
And everybody's like, oh, he took the mic from Ortiz. You know what? How many times has Ortiz done that to other people?
I think it's funny.
Ridiculous.
I think it's funny.
Ridiculous.
It's a total Forrest Griffin thing to do. I mean, he's a comedian.
Yeah.
Hello, he's hilarious.
He's a goofy guy.
He's a goofy guy. He's gonna do it, and he didn't disrespect him in the interview at all. So
no, but
it was
I don't know if just the act of it is disrespectful.
It is. No, it is.
The act is disrespectful. Yes.
And
but maybe he's proving a point to Ortiz.
Right.
Yeah. But at the same time, you know what?
If he did it to like Silva, no, that would be different.
I think it'd still be funny.
Obviously.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know what? This was Tito Ortiz's last fight, so I think he deserved a proper interview from Joe Rogan, not the guy who just kicked his ass.
True. Yeah.
It can go both ways on this. I mean,
yeah.
We can argue it for 10 minutes.
Yeah. So UFC on Fuel, Munoz and Whiteman.
Yes.
So,
Josh Rosenthal.
Yes.
He's been around forever.
Yeah.
He's been around for a while, and he should recognize when a fighter is out. I mean, it doesn't take a genius.
No,
Hey,
that
what
fight,
was it? Having a smoke
Munoz
break or
was,
something?
exactly, he was out.
He was
Like,
called out.
I mean, obviously we all love watching fights. This is the first time ever I've been uncomfortable because I'm like watching him like he is out
And still getting
and
like-
still
yeah.
getting
Right,
pounded
body
in the
and
face.
unconscious man.
Yes, yeah,
That's scary and dangerous.
exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what? And because the refs are so good, that's why stuff like that doesn't lead to deaths and things like that. in
Right.
UFC
There's
or
never been a
anywhere.
death in UFC, and
Right.
that
Right, I
scared
mean,
me as number one. By the way.
Yeah, and the thing is, the refs in UFC have been a lot better than refs in boxing.
Oh yeah. By far.
But this is kind of, getting out there with all the controversy with boxing referees too.
Oh jeez, yeah. Yeah.
I
It's true.
agree. I agree.
So, Strikeforce fights were just last weekend. Those were really good fights, I have to say. Nate Marquardt and Woodley fought. So
Yes, and now Marquardt is the new welterweight champion.
yeah,
Because it was vacated when
It was-
Diaz
right.
moved to.
true.
UFC.
So
Yep.
yeah, that was good. You know what? And I have to say that was a really good fight by Marquardt after he was kicked out of UFC
Mm-hmm.
for the high testosterone levels and everything. You know,
What a
that's
big
so
surprise.
controversial,
Yeah.
right? You know, and
Unusual.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and he's always been a good fighter. You know, it's like, why does he need that? I don't know if they tested him before this fight. Afterwards, I'm sure they will.
Yeah,
But
I hope so.
I
mean,
don't think he'll
when I-
fail.
Yeah, when I just saw the interviews, Tyrone Woodley looked so much smaller than Nate Marquardt. You
And
know,
it-
and
yeah.
that's more of Woodley's weight, welterweight. You know,
Sure.
but I don't know if that is Marquardt's.
Yeah.
He's-
Yeah,
he
it's
just
it's hard to
seems-
say. I
He's
mean,
bursting at the seams at welterweight. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
But moving on. Moving on to the next championship
yeah.
fight.
So
Yes.
Rockhold maintained his title. That was a
Yes,
great fight
he
too.
did.
I have to say, Tim Kennedy gave him a run for his money.
yeah,
He
I
did,
think,
and-
I think people have to stop hating on him and.
Why do people hate him? He's a
I
great
know,
fighter.
he's a great
He's
fighter.
He's like one of the nicest people, and
Besides for that, he's a good fighter. He put
He
him
is
in an awesome
amazing,
fight.
yeah.
He
He's a-
totally held his
yeah,
own on
he's-
that. I mean,
True. He came out of Jackson's camp, and Luke Rockhold totally went off on Jackson's
well, you
camp
can't
saying
hold it
that
against them. I mean, come on, Condit and Clay with the whole
Yeah,
running
the
around
running
the
thing.
cage.
Big
He's
Kennedy
so
didn't
evasive,
run.
it's
No, he
ridiculous.
did not.
So
Not
I,
at all.
Not
far
at
from
all.
it.
No,
And
he stood there and fought. I mean, yes, he was elusive, but he was smartly elusive, not
Like,
you
he
know,
should be.
track star elusive.
He was, yeah, yeah. He fought defensively, which was great.
Yes.
But I mean, he did really well against.
I agree.
Mhm.
I agree. That was a good fight.
Yeah,
And
but
Rockhold worked for it. I mean,
yeah, he made
did.
Rockhold
The best
work for it,
fights.
but you know what? Rockhold is still young and he's still a champion, so he's still growing.
He's a great fighter.
Yes.
And speaking of great fighter, I mean, he is the only one that Anderson
He-
Silva even said.
Yeah,
was
he
willing
is
to
the
fight.
one who is getting called out by Anderson Silva, but there's nothing he can do.
And that's never. I don't think that's ever
I
happened.
don't
know.
Silva's
I
called
thought
out.
it was-
anybody.
it was a mouth for
Someone doesn't
Silva.
think anybody's worth fighting him
No.
in the UFC. And you know what? I think he's right.
And he's not
Yeah.
in UFC. I mean, Silva is,
Rockhold's
but
not,
Rockhold's
right.
not in
And that's
UFC.
the thing. It's like they should allow those type of fights,
I
right?
totally agree.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, they do
Invicta
it in
allows
boxing.
it. Yeah, Invicta allows it for the female fighters as well. They can fight Strikeforce or wherever else they want to fight.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just the whole concept behind it. You know,
Right. I mean,
And
why can't you have a unified champion?
you should be a free agent.
Mm-hmm.
You know, allow it. It's
Right.
ridiculous. You shouldn't be stuck into contracts like that.
I agree. I agree.
We'll
see what happens.
So, good boxing, right?
Yes.
So
right.
Ortiz and Lopez fought recently.
Yep, Lopez came in as an underdog after. You know what's funny is both fights, Ortiz and Lopez, and then Garcia and Khan. They
Yeah.
Neither
Came
of
in
them-
as
Yes,
underdogs.
they came in as underdogs.
yeah, but the weird thing is that neither Ortiz nor Khan was supposed to fight these guys. They were supposed to fight Andre Berto and
Right.
Yeah,
Lamont
they had-
Peterson,
right.
and both Lamont Peterson and Andre Berto called for drug tests and they failed it.
I don't understand.
Peterson
That's a whole.
did too?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
okay.
a whole
All
different
right,
conversation.
I knew about Berto. Okay, so his team called for it, and then he ends up failing. How
And the
stupid
sa-
is that?
Yeah, and the same thing with Lamont Peterson.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? And with the Khan and Garcia fight, it was like really. I mean, Khan's been getting so much like
Yeah.
static from that.
And he really shouldn't, because I
And
mean,
he's a good
it
fighter.
happens.
He's an
He's a
amazing
great fighter.
yeah, but you know,
It should
one
happen.
punch. Yeah, he had his,
I mean-
he had his hand down. That's
Yeah.
one first thing you learn. I mean, I'm not the
keep it
best
up.
at
Mistakes
keeping it
happen.
up.
Mistakes happen
Yes.
everywhere, and it just, you can't be that hard on him for that.
No,
I mean,
not
it
at all.
happens.
He's a great fighter, and I really
show
hope
some
to see him
respect, yeah.
again in the future.
True. I know. First he gets blamed, Freddie Roach gets blamed. It's like it was
No,
ridiculous.
it was
It's
bad, yeah,
ridiculous.
it was ridiculous.
Nobody should get blamed for it.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. Nobody.
It
was-
happens.
yeah.
So Daniel Garcia did a great job. I have to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, so now
definitely a
he's the
good
champion.
fight.
He had over 130 just amateur fights.
I know. You know what?
Took him
Eventually,
forever
it's
to
like,
get
poor
here.
guy.
Yeah.
Took him forever to get here.
Deserves it, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Underdog.
Yeah,
Yes.
really.
I'm all about that.
Definitely. Those were definitely good fights. So the next one coming up is UFC 149, right?
Yep.
Saturday.
Yeah,
My boy
definitely.
Faber is fighting.
Yes, yes,
Love
I
him.
know. But unfortunately, I think Renan Morales.
Yeah, he's fighting in a borough, and
True. And he's really
yes.
good. I mean,
Morales is a good fighter. I think
Yes.
he's
Yeah.
out of his league, honestly. I think
you think Morales or Faber?
Barao is out of Faber's league. Barao is above him.
Oh, above him.
He will win.
See, and I'm the underdog.
Yeah.
Between the three of us, I always vote that way. It's just the way that it is.
I want Faber
I want
to win.
Faber to win.
I want Faber
I
to
met
win.
him,
but
but I
you like him
think
personally.
Morales
I
is
like
gonna
him
win.
personally, so I kind of have like.
Yeah,
personal
you're
tie
more,
with him.
yeah, you're more personally involved in this one, but
I'm rooting
And
for
look,
him.
I am too. But I think Morales gonna win.
I think
this one.
Morales gonna win. Yeah, I
Go
definitely
Faber.
think so.
Yeah.
I have to say.
Yeah, but Faber was supposed to fight Dominic Cruz, and
I know.
Dominic Cruz is out with injury,
True.
which Faber
That
was
would have been a
joking
more
about.
even fight, and I think
I
that
think so too.
I think it
actually.
would have been a better grunge match and
Yes.
better hyped up fight.
Mhm.
But I think they're both gonna bring it. I mean, I don't think that either of them are gonna just sit back and
Just chill.
just chill.
Yeah, but you know, during Tough, I think Faber said after
Yeah.
Cruz had Ronda Rousey on the show, he was joking around
Yeah.
saying that Ronda is the one who messed them up.
Right.
But-
Really?
Oh, yeah, that was-
Oh, I didn't even
Yeah.
hear
Yeah, that
this.
was said. I
Yeah.
think that Faber was joking.
Yeah, I think Faber was joking.
I think he was just trying to
Ronda as
pull
well.
the
She
pull the
is-
fire.
So
Fuel
privileged.
the fire.
She's unstoppable.
She's so privileged, right? Dana White loves her.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loves her for the most part, or hates
How
her.
could you exactly?
Right?
She's
It's
so
one or the other,
controversial.
but
But
everybody knows who she is now.
See, I don't know if she's controversial or she's just straightforward honest.
I guess
I
that.
think she's great at marketing herself.
I do too. I agree. I think that's
Doesn't
what
matter.
makes people
She'll do
love
whatever
her.
it takes to market herself.
Because within a year, she has become a no-name, from a no-name to
A
one of the most
known name.
talk
How many
about
fights
women.
does she have on her belt? I mean, five
Five
fights.
pro
That's
fights,
it.
yes.
Come on, you know what I mean?
But
look
all-
at people like Cyborg and Misha Tate and Gina Carano. I mean,
Yeah, and
seriously,
Julie
they have
Ketty, who was
tons
fighting
of
on
girls.
the card.
Right,
in
they have
next round
tons of fights, and they're not
But-
getting this publicity.
Yeah, but the thing is, she's an Olympic athlete. You know, you have to see not her
True.
fights in MMA, but overall just her development as an athlete.
True.
And none of those girls can come close to it.
I
You
know.
know,
No,
Olympic
she's a
athletes
great
have
fighter.
a
I
cut
have to
from a
say.
different mold.
She backs up everything she says.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.